Now, Fitch Ratings has raised India's economic growth forecast for the financial year to 7.4%, up from 6.9% earlier. The agency has said that the consumer spending is now strong, sentiment has improved, and GST reforms are helping. And this new forecast comes after the July-September quarter delivered 8.2% growth compared to 7.8% in the April-June quarter. Now, Fitch has said that India's private consumption is the main engine this year, supported by the higher real income and cheaper goods after GST cuts, effective from the 22nd of September. The GST was lowered on about 375 items, making over 99% of the consumption items cheaper. Falling inflation has also opened the door for another rate cut, with the benchmark rate expected to fall to about 5.25% in December. The consumer price inflation has now dropped to just about 0.3% in October, driven by lower food and drink prices. Fitch expects the RBI to end its easing cycle after December, with rates staying at about 5.25% for the next 2 years. And other global rating agencies are also optimistic. Moody's says that India's economy continues to outperform, driven by massive public investments, rising consumer spending, and also a diversified export base. It expects India to stay the world's fastest growing, biggest economy, with GDP growth holding near 6.5% levels through 2027, even as many other economies continue to slow down. Whereas the International Monetary Fund also backs that outlook, projecting 6.6% growth for financial year 2025, up from its earlier forecast of about 6.4%. Now, the IMF has said that India's stronger first quarter performance has offset the impact of higher US tariffs on exports. It expects India to outpace China, which is forecast to grow below 5%. Now, the World Bank has also raised its estimates, now seeing India grow at about 6.5% this year. It notes that steady government capex, improved tax collections, and also strong consumer demand are keeping India on a pretty robust growth path. The Fitch has in fact turned more bullish on India's economy, but the Reserve Bank of India remains conservative but optimistic, projecting GDP growth at about 6.8% for the financial year 2026. The Fitch comments have come just ahead of the RBI's policy announcement that's due on Friday, where the central bank will decide on whether to cut rates further. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.